Hi, you're very welcome today to our information session on caring courses available through Donegal ETB's Further Education and Training Service. We're going to look at the courses available in the area of childcare and healthcare. 95% of the courses available through Donegal ETB are free, and many of the full-time courses attract a payment or a training allowance. I'd like to introduce our panel today who are going to help me discuss maybe some of the most commonly asked questions in relation to the caring field. We have Anne Tinney, who's a teacher in our healthcare here in Letterkenny. We have Alison Stevenson, who's a teacher in our Mulford Further Education and Training Centre. And we have Mairead McFadden, who's a guidance counsellor with Donegal Adult Guidance and Information Service. You're all very welcome. Thank you. So I wonder maybe, Alison, if I could begin with yourself and maybe ask what kind or what type of childcare courses would Donegal ETB run?
Currently, within Donegal ETB, we offer a QQI Level 5 Early Years Education and Care course, and this will enable you to work in the early years or the preschool sector. We also offer an introduction, a Level 3 childcare course, and it's very good for building up your confidence and your skills and then progressing on to the Level 5 course. Many of our courses run throughout Donegal ETB are offered on a full-time basis, usually over a year. And these are also offered in our post-primary schools as well, in the likes of Errigal College in Finn Valley and St Catherine's. And they're offered there as post-leaving certificate courses. We also run part-time courses, and these usually they take a bit longer, but they're run maybe in the evenings or maybe in the mornings. And Donegal ETB, they offer specific modules as well in areas such as special needs. And again, they're very good as well.
So you've a range of opportunities there, Alison.
There's quite a range there at the minute. And as I say, the options, full-time, part-time and post-leaving certificates, very good as well.
Mairead, maybe I could ask you, if I undertake a childcare course with Donegal ETB, what can I do with that? What are my options after the childcare course?
Okay, well, the qualification at level 5, the QQI level 5 in early childhood education and care, is an employment ready qualification. So you can go and apply for jobs as an early years practitioner in settings after you finish. Then there are options then obviously then to do additional modules. Some people have progressed on to a QQI level 6 qualifications, and they have maybe worked then as a playgroup supervisor or a leader within a setting, or maybe gone on to set up their own business. Another thing is one of our PLC courses do the level 5 childcare as well, and that has a link agreement with St Angela's College for their home economics teaching. So, there are alternative ways to going on to college other than the CAO points with the Leaving Cert. And it's not an alternative because to going on to education, because this is an employment ready qualification, and that's what's really good about it.
So you can really use this for employment, for further education or for higher education.
Absolutely, it is a brilliant, and that chance to do it, if you are considering going on to third level, will give you a chance to experience that career sector and gain skills and have really valuable insight and knowledge if you are progressing to want to study it in further detail.
I suppose a question that comes up a lot for us in the guidance service at times would be, look, I'd really like to go back and maybe study childcare, but I'm not sure what's involved in these types of courses, how much work there is. Alison, could you maybe start us off with a wee bit of an insight?
Well, within our current courses at the minute, we cover quite a variety of different modules. So there's a good variety of modules on offer there that we look at, and it gives the students a good breadth of knowledge as well. We also suppose we look at the key areas within the early years sector. So key areas on the curriculum on Ashter that focuses on their curriculum from birth to 6 years of age. Some of the key legislation within the early years sector, and some of the quality aspects within the sector known as Childcare standards as well. So again, that gives them a good overview of the early years sector. Within the course, the childcare course at the minute as well, there's also a variety of different methods, such as maybe classroom-based knowledge and practical elements as well. There is a variety of different methods that we use, and it's not just all written assignments. There's different methods, and throughout it, the students will be supported through with their teacher in the course and with continuous feedback as well. As part of the course as well, they also have to complete so many hours in work placement. So once the students are successfully vetted, they will go into a work placement within the early years sector and complete their hours. The placement is brilliant then for actually, suppose, incorporating the knowledge that they've gained in the classroom and being able to put that into practice then when they're in their early years placement setting. And it also builds up contacts, suppose, within the sector as well. In the past, we've been fortunate enough as well to have invited in guest speakers in different areas. So in the past, we've had guest speakers maybe coming in talking about autism, maybe on Down syndrome, maybe in areas of the likes of Montessori and high scope. So again, that gives them a wider breadth of experience and knowledge as well. We've also been fortunate enough in the past to have maybe organised field trips. We've organised field trips to maybe a Steiner-based setting, and we've also organised a field trip to visit an outdoor school in Donegal as well. So it does give them that wide variation of experience.
Okay, so you're really introducing people to all different types and theories and models of learning and
just
development.
suppose it is that variety of different methods and everything, and suppose reinforcing it, the continuous feedback as well and support whilst they're on the course.
Marie, did you have any additional information?
There's a lot of great support provided on the courses, and I just wanted to outline maybe what our role is in with many of the programmes in Donegal ETB. We're the adult guidance service, and we offer an impartial confidential service to support the students before, during and after their course. So for example, before we would help them maybe identify what's the right level for you going on a course, so that you're not going to be put off and that we're setting you up for success on that course. But also during your course, we'll come in, and if you have any concerns about return to learning, you're very anxious, we do an induction program at the beginning, and then we work quite collaboratively with the centres and the teachers to support the students. If there's anything arises that might affect you being able to give your full attention on the course, we will help out there. And also, if you are thinking about, where do I get my placement, where do I get my job, we can advise you on how to put together your CV, prepare for interviews, and identify suitable jobs that match your skills and interests as well, and what environments will suit you, as well as maybe plotting out, maybe is there any courses you want to add onto the course that you've already got.
That sounds like a really comprehensive service. That's an addition to the education and learning that's taking place in the classroom. It's been brilliant to learn about, the courses that are available so far, and you've talked about early years.
In addition to that, within Donegal ETB, we offer as well full-time and part-time modules on the intellectual disabilities course. And that's not only good for the likes of experience in the primary, post-primary, but also if students maybe decide to go and work with maybe older children or adults with a disability, maybe in a healthcare setting, a residential, or as a support worker. And again, that opens up different aspects within the sector for work as well.
I suppose now, maybe Anne, if I can move on to you and maybe ask a few questions about the healthcare sector. And what are the different options for studying healthcare courses within Donegal ETB?
Donegal ETB offer a variety of healthcare courses. They offer healthcare service skills, healthcare support, nursing studies, and community care. These courses are ran in a variety of different settings. You can either do a course, a full-time course, a part-time course, evening course, or an online course. They consist of essential modules which are required to work in HSE and any HICWA healthcare setting. There is 8 different modules required to be awarded with a major award, and these modules consist of infection prevention and control, palliative care support, care skills and care support. And the learner gets great insight into what it means to work within a healthcare setting.
That's brilliant. I didn't realise there were so many different options there. And you mentioned some of the modules. That wouldn't be an exhaustive list, and not every course may have those modules included. Would that be right?
Yes, there is a variety of different modules, and it depends. You can also have a minor award, and you can perhaps just do 2 modules, which is care of the older person and care skills. So it just depends on what your choice is. I mean, we want everybody's learning experience to be as enjoyable in Donegal ETB, and we want to make sure that it's a positive experience.
Marie, if I move on to you, I mean, Anne gave us a really good insight there and do the courses that are available and the types of modules you'll be studying on it. So if I decided to commit my time and my energy to doing a healthcare course with Donegal ETB, what are the whole range of jobs that might be available from that?
As Anne said, that it's HICWA approved HSC modules. They're the four that she mentioned: infection protection control, care of the elder person, care skills and care support. And they are the key ones, but then there's other modules. So the opportunities that are available, for example, the HSC, they would have their competitions for their multitask attendants or for their healthcare assistants. Having the full 8 subjects will make you eligible to apply for those jobs. Also, you can work in a lot of HSC contracts, maybe through private agencies or HSC agencies, and also maybe even, within healthcare. In some cases, you can work within special needs as well, with the nursing skills that you might have to support the students in school. So there's a wide range of opportunities that you can do. The other thing too is that the QQI level 5 is the national standard, so you have the skills and competencies to be confident doing that job. So also, if you didn't want to go straight into work after it, you could use your qualification as a gateway possibly to go and study further, for example, and go on to college and use your qualification through the Higher Education Link Scheme, where certain places are kept on suitable courses. Possibly even like there's new courses out there like physiotherapy assistant, occupational therapy assistant. There's the nursing studies going on to qualify as a nurse, and also maybe health social care, those type of courses if you want to further develop your career. It is important though to note that certain colleges will specify certain modules, and I know Anne had talked about different courses having different modules, so it's really, really important to check with the course or the institution before you would commit to even one of our courses, so that we can make sure that you're matched through the right course that will give you the modules that allow you then to do that course.
No, I'm delighted with that. I hadn't realised that, at the end of that QQI level 5, you're absolutely work ready if that's your desire, or you can also use those qualifications, that full award, those 8 modules as an alternative route to maybe access higher education if you think that's where you'd really like to be. That's excellent. Thank you. So Anne, I've kind of listened to you telling me about the course now, and now I'm really interested in doing it. But when I turn up that day or turn up my first day, what is actually involved in doing a healthcare course?
Well, there will be a variety of assessments, and now there's great support offered right throughout any course, whereby you get continuous feedback from your teacher, and also, as I said, with the adult guidance, we have great support from them, and they will come and meet you as part of a group on the first day, and they will give you tips on how to get back into studying and how to get back into learning again. And they are there with you right throughout your course.
Another key feature as well is that many of the programs would have placements as part of them. And that is a brilliant opportunity to get in and experience the work setting, to develop those skills that are practical and will give you the confidence to do the job. And that placement is available across many of our programs. So I think that's worth mentioning. That is a really good way also to showcase your skills, because many of our past students get jobs after doing their placement with employment as a result of making that contact through the work experience.
In a lot of the videos that we've done, people have, really talked about the importance of the work placement in, a career such as healthcare, childcare, that, that's much more hands-on. Maybe, Anne, what would be expected of you if you undertook a work placement in a healthcare environment?
Well, you will learn skills in your course, skills demonstrations, which would be a part of the assessment on each module, and you will learn these skills, and you'll be able to take these skills with you into your work placement. You'll also be assigned a mentor or a supervisor who will guide you and supervise you while you are in your work placement. And as a healthcare assistant, you'd be working alongside a nurse. So you would be assessing patients and assessing clients under the activities of daily living and helping them with personal care. And you would be communicating, learning to, just to talk and to be there for someone, to act as a support for someone, and also to be able to carry out basic care skills like, doing washing, dressing, feeding. Also, you would be eventually able to do basic observations like blood pressures, monitoring their vital signs, filling in intake and output charts, and You would be there for the person, depending on what kind of a setting you decide to work in.
So you'd have a really good and clear understanding of what the role of a healthcare assistant is.
Yes, you would have. Yeah, you would definitely have a good role. Yeah, good insight.
Mairead, I wonder if I could maybe ask you a question that would come in a lot from people who've been working perhaps in a childcare environment or in a healthcare environment for a number of years, and they never actually had the opportunity to get formally qualified. Can Donegal ETB support those clients?
Absolutely. We have a process called the recognition of prior learning, and that is a process where all of those really good skills, experiences, and knowledge that you've gained informally or possibly in a work setting, that you can get the credit for those. They can be validated or evidenced and mapped against the current qualifications that we offer, so that you will be assigned maybe a support worker with a bit of expertise in that area who can help you identify where you meet that there, provide the right type of evidence, but also if there's any skills or gaps in that you might need to upskill in, it means that you don't have to do the full qualification. You may only have to do some additional subjects or training. Like, for example, there's often changes to the policies, the guidelines, the regulations, even sometimes new developments in the approaches to how you deliver care or how you deliver, your understanding of the psychology and theories around either child development or working with patients. So it's that there can be then provided or customised then within Donegal ETB for you. So that experience is invaluable. And sometimes it might be that you've a lot of experience, but maybe you left school early and you maybe felt that, jumping in and doing a level 5 course might be very intimidating, possibly, if you have been out of education or left maybe with little qualifications. Then that experience, if you don't do the RPL process, you could gain entry to one of our courses, whether that's at level 3 to build the confidence or going into the work ready level 5, where you will use that experience to really appreciate and enhance your coursework and your learning on the course and sharing that experience with the other students. So it's a very shared learning experience, and employers really value that.
So I don't necessarily have to begin at the very bottom and start, with a full level 5. If I have been working in these areas, I may be able to get credit for the fact that I have this work experience, but there could be a shortfall and I may have to do 1 or 2 different modules then just to make it up.
And if the guidance service is a good starting point if you are coming in and you want to see how that will develop for you. We can advise you and signpost you to the right people within the organisation.
A question that comes up a lot as well, because we are a border county, would be, if I undertake a qualification with Donegal ETB, either in the area of childcare, early years care, or healthcare assistant, can I use that QQI qualification to find work in Northern Ireland or even, abroad much further than that?
We work very closely within the border region, as you said. So our students do go on and get work either within the trusts in Northern Ireland or even in, schools and also early year settings on both sides of the border. There's a very useful guide that we signpost people to, and that it's called Qualification Can Cross Boundaries, and that shows where your qualification with Donegal ETB can be mapped against the qualifications and the quality standards set down by the experts in either healthcare or childcare, and see where your skills will fit in to the appropriate level of job in the north, for example. We would also use the European qualification framework with our national framework of qualifications, and that matches you to the levels for the work in those countries. So if you come and meet with the guidance counsellor or get information, we can help you use the right language to explain your qualification against the competencies that are required for work in other jurisdictions. And we've had students that have even gone to work in the UK. Some students have gone on to work in Australia with the QQI level 5 in childcare specifically, and working very much as a playgroup leader, having done the level 6 here.
Okay, that's really interesting. Thank you very much for that. So I suppose we've kind of covered the most general questions there that maybe come up within the Donegal ETB's vet service in the area of caring, specifically looking at maybe childcare and healthcare. If you'd like any more information, please don't hesitate to get in touch with us. The website is there. We have our contact details and email address. Please just let us know how we can help. Thank you.